The text came at 11:42 p.m. Your basement, now. Your son, no name, no explanation, just those words. I didn't think, I just drove. My mind was already ahead of me, running down the stairs, searching, hearing his voice. When I burst through the front door, she was there, my wife. Her eyes swollen, her hands trembling. Her brother stood beside her, pale, blocking the basement door like it was a vault. "Don't," she said. "Please don't go down there. You can't handle it." Her brother didn't speak. His jaw was tight, his shoulders squared like he'd rehearsed this moment. Then she said something that hollowed me out. "They forced us to participate. Please just call the police instead." My hands moved before my thoughts did. I shoved them both aside, kicked open the door, and flicked the light switch. For a heartbeat there was only silence. Then I saw movement, and my world tilted. He was sitting on the floor, my son, his arms around his knees, duct tape marks on his wrists, eyes wide, pupils blown. When the light hit him, he flinched. "Daddy," he whispered, "you came." I froze. Not from fear, from disbelief. My wife stood behind me now, her sobs sharp against the quiet. "It wasn't supposed to happen like this," she said. "They said it was just to scare you." I turned toward her, slow. "Who?" No answer. Just the sound of my son breathing, shallow and fast. That night I didn't yell, didn't demand anything. I carried him upstairs, washed his face, wrapped him in a blanket. When I came back down, the basement light was still on. My wife was sitting on the stairs, head in her hands. I watched her for a long time. Something inside me started to fracture. Not loud, not dramatic. Quiet, methodical, like glass cracking beneath steady pressure. I didn't sleep. Instead, I started tracing the outlines of a story that didn't make sense. The text, the fear in her eyes, the way her brother wouldn't meet my gaze. The next day I pretended to leave for work. I parked 2 streets over and watched the house. At noon he arrived, her brother, carrying a duffel bag. He didn't knock, he used a key. When he left, I followed. He went to a motel on Route 8, checked in under a name that wasn't his. Inside, through the curtains, I saw her, my wife. She kissed him like someone who'd been doing it for a long time. That was the moment I stopped being surprised. Later that night, I went into the basement, looked for anything, signs of what had been done, who'd been here. I found a camera tripod behind the water heater. No camera, just the mount. I didn't need imagination to know what had been recorded. So I started collecting evidence the way I used to collect intelligence, quietly. A phone backup, a bank statement, one hidden folder at a time. The betrayal was systematic. Monthly transfers, deleted photos, trips disguised as family visits. Every discovery felt surgical. I wasn't angry anymore. I was studying her and planning. The truth came in the form of a video file. The motel's manager owed me a favor. One camera caught them leaving a room together. She laughed, head on his shoulder. He held the same duffel bag I'd seen before. Inside it, I knew, were the props, the ropes, the tape, the mask, the game they played in my basement. That night she came home late. I waited in the kitchen. The laptop was open, paused on the video. When she saw it, she froze. Then slowly her body gave out, like the strength had been sucked out of her bones. "Please," she whispered, "it wasn't real. He said it was just—" "A test?" I asked. Her lips parted. No sound came out. I didn't move, didn't yell. I just watched her crumble under the weight of her own reflection on the screen. The thing about truth, it doesn't need volume. It just needs silence long enough for guilt to echo. In the morning, I called her brother, told him I needed to talk. He showed up fast, anxious. When he entered, I slid the same laptop toward him, pressed play. He didn't last 10 seconds before turning pale. Then I told him what I'd already done. The files had been sent, to his wife, to her parents, to the local police. Everything labeled, time-stamped. He stared at me, shaking. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly," I said. "You just never thought I would." No shouting, no threats, just a calm dismantling of their secret. By the time he left, she was sitting on the floor, hands over her face, whispering to herself. I packed my son's bag. He didn't ask questions. Children know when truth finally fills a house. It makes the air unbreathable. We drove out before sunrise. He slept in the back seat, clutching his toy soldier. The road stretched like a scar across the dark. Somewhere behind us, the house was still lit. I didn't feel relief, not peace either, just the clarity that comes after too much noise, the kind that feels like silence finally winning. They say betrayal kills love. That's not true. It preserves it, embalms it, keeps it on display so you never forget what it used to be. By the time dawn broke, I realized something simple. You don't punish people by hurting them. You punish them by surviving them. And I intended to.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.